Hello everybody. I have a little package here. I'm here to tell you that this stuff, here's part of the package. This stuff's going to be common soon. You'll probably see it at flea markets, maybe some other places you wouldn't expect, vendor events, um, maybe even gifts. We're cutting open the bag now. I know what I ended up ordering, so this won't be a surprise to me. I just want to know if they look like the pictures online or not. Alright, well, first thing I pull out, I gotta pull these out of the little Ziploc bags because can't see the coin. Now, this particular one, um, yeah, the details are pretty horrible on it. This is not a very good copy. It says 1795 on it. This type of coin, if it was a real one, would be very expensive. This one's just kind of, I mean, it's not as detailed or sharp or very much in the way of um, we'll just go on to the next one. All right. Now, some of these aren't actual copies. They're more of novelties. And this one's a novelty here. It's the Mayan um, calendar. And it talks about the long calendar, December 21, 2012. People thought the world was going to end, all that kind of stuff. Now, this case is big enough that you could put a Morgan dollar in it if you wanted to. Let's see what else how they package some of this other stuff. Well, set that aside. I'm going to tell you, this stuff comes from a place that doesn't care too much about um, whether or not the stuff is copyright infringements or anything like that. The website, I'm not going to mention who they are. You've probably heard about them by now. Well, I'm just going to resort to opening this one with the knife. I don't know which one it is. Now, our little Bitcoin, which is kind of neat. I've seen these, in pictures and other stuff. Time to have bought Bitcoin would have been when it was below $10. Put several hundred into it back then and got 30 or 40 Bitcoins and then turned around and sold them when Bitcoin went up over 50,000. You'd be kind of rich right now. All right. Now, this one I selected because I like this angel design. It's like a reaper. This side actually looks kind of neat. 36 is the date on it, and it's a peace dollar back, but it's not very close to a peace dollar at all. But it looks kind of cool. I got a few more of them in here. These Ziploc bags they put them in are kind of a pain. All right. This is United States $10 coin. Now this was a gold coin, so obviously this is a replica that no one's going to think this is the actual one, even if you plated it, because they're not this big. All right. We're going to have to cut this one out too because it's in the packaging that does not seem to let stuff come out very easy. All right. This design is very similar to this magician stunt coin, which proves, I mean, beyond a shadow of doubt that this was not carved. Someone stamped it. This one has a pretty close replica of the back of an peace dollar on it, much closer than what this one is. This one has no relief and very weird details. This actually looks like the back of a peace dollar quite closely, much like, well, this one has a head on the back of it, and then that. So if you saw this on my table and you want to get one of these, know that they're not very expensive and you can get them. All right, moving along. There's only a few more in this particular thing. All right. This is the flowing hair, I guess, or bust dollar from 1799. The details are way off from what it should be. I don't think anybody would be fooled into thinking this was an actual dollar. It doesn't feel heavy enough, and it's too flat. There's no relief to it. To have this kind of detail left on it should have some kind of relief. Let's see how much more is left in here. This one isn't. This one's a novelty. It says no on this side, and this side's yes. So it's like a question coin, and it looks kind of thick. Oh well. All right. I'm gonna have to cut this one out too. This particular holder, it's hard to open, but with a knife, it's not hard at all. Again, this is a Queen Victoria side, 1887. It says. It does have some relief to it, but it doesn't really look right. And this is for Wells. And it has the dragon there. It's kind of a neat looking coin, but it doesn't have much weight. So I'm pretty sure this one, no one will think it's the actual coin. All right. Don't know what happened there. But this is the last one. This is a Bermuda coin, 1808. The ship is pretty cool looking. But again, the look of it, it's not going to fool anyone to thinking it's real. But some of this kind of stuff could be thrown in a large bag of other stuff. And someone says, well, there's a bunch of crown-sized coins in this. I mean, it's actually, I think it's actually a little bit bigger than a crown. It is bigger than the Churchill coin crown, which is a good size. So if I got the scale out, these would not weigh out what they should. So be on the lookout. And when I went back to the website and looked, I found some other stuff on there that is even worse than this is, in the fact that it probably, if it looks like the picture, it's going to look a lot like what you're going to get. And when I get that package, be wary, I'm going to go ahead and film it too. But I love the ship on this, but it's clearly not a real coin from Bermuda, a crown coin like this. But that's what I got this time. And I'm not going to mention the place I bought them from, what the name of it is. But if somebody really wants to know, my Instagram account, you can send me a message there and I'll tell you where they come from. The country, or well, the area they're made in doesn't care too much about copyright rules and stuff like that. They're out to make money. But this kind of stuff could start showing up at flea markets, pawn shops, whatever, gift stores, that kind of thing. And being that they're replicas, as long as someone says, well, it's a replica, and they package it, it's called a replica, then there's no real foul to it. But if someone takes this and puts it in a coin holder and claims it to be an 1808 Bermuda coin, then that's fraud. And the same deal with this one, 1887 Victorian coin. Now, no one's probably going to be fooled by this one, but if someone did try to sell this as this coin, they would be committing fraud. This is just novelty, a yes-no thing, along with the Bitcoin. Those are just novelty items. Anyway, know that the stuff is out there. Know that it's probably going to be a lot more of it because this stuff is dirt cheap on this website. And so people might order it for gift purposes or just to show off something. Say, look at this cool thing, when it's really not that cool if someone tries to sell it as a real piece. So 3 of them were just novelties and the rest were like replicas. And in the case of this one, not too good of a replica, but do you really want the replica to be real good? A couple of these are made to look like they've been worn some. They're interesting, but certainly be on the lookout because some of the other stuff I saw on the website is more modern, and the picture looks a lot more like what they're replicating, which could lead to some confusion and fraud attempts. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop this live stream right now and wish you all a good night. We shall see you next time.